Hello guys, welcome to Checkmate City. Today we are going to see the favorite opening of Magnus Carlsen. It is known as Ruy Lopez. So let's see how the game goes. The game starts with 1 e4 followed by e5, knight f3, knight c6, bishop to b5 and a6. This is known as the Ruy Lopez opening. So bishop to a4 followed by knight f6. Here black knight attacks the e4 pawn, right? So he is attacking this pawn. So here white play the move castles followed by black play the move knight takes e4. So if you think it's an blunder, right, so you are losing one pawn, but here's a plan. Rook to e1 will be played in the future to attack this e5, right? If you play the move rook to e1 knight d6 and you take this pawn, right, so you can take it back. So it's a good position for white. So here Magnus play the move d4 followed by bishop e7, rook e1, b5. So here black play the move b5 just attacking this a4 bishop. So bishop to b3 and followed by d5. It is one of the great move because it just supports this e4 knight, and we are not taking back this knight to f6 or d6 because this e5 will be a weak. So here white play the move d takes e5, black play the move bishop e6, another great move because he's supporting this pawn now, right? So before bishop e6 this pawn is attacked now by bishop and the queen, right? So if this pawn is taken with this bishop, then e4 knight will become weak. So here black play the move bishop e6, c3. So here he just control this d4 square, right? Knight to d4 will be played in the future. Knight to d2 and knight to f3 can be gone, right? So this knight can occupy this place and this knight can occupy the d4 square. So this is the plan behind this c3 move. Here black play the move castles, white play the move h3, just a prophylactic move or a normal move which does not count in any of the tactics, right? So here black play the move queen d7, bishop c2. It seems an inaccuracy for white because, right, so this knight is attacked, right? So the black can play the move f5 now. So it seems inaccuracy according to the engine, but as a human being we cannot tell that it is an inaccuracy at that same moment. So this f5 can be played. If you take this, then he will take back with this rook, right? If you take this, you take this, you can't take this because, right, you cannot take because of this queen is hanging, right? If you take this, then you are completely lost. So this is the important thing we need to know behind this e4 knight. So here black play the move rook d8. He misses this f5 idea, right? So here white play the move knight d2, knight takes d2, queen takes d2. He's planning to play this queen to f4 and queen to g3 and attack this g7 in the future. So black play the move bishop f5, bishop takes f5, queen takes f5 and queen f4. He is offering a trade of queens. So the black can take this queen, right? So he takes it, bishop takes f4. Here the middle game ends and the end game starts, right? So a small minor pieces and the rook end games is starting from now. So both need to play carefully. Here black play the move d4, rook c1. He just supports this c3 pawn. If you take, then he will take with this rook, right? So this happened in the game and knight to b4 was played. He is planning to play knight d3, right? You need to stop this. How will you stop this? Yeah, it can be played rook e3 you can play, right? Or you can play some other moves like rook takes c7 also possible, right? So it's a free pawn. So let's see what he plays. He takes the pawn, right? So rook takes c7 was played, rook f e8, bishop g5, bishop g5, knight g5 and f6. So it's the miss, right? Why? Because the correct move was knight to d3. If you play knight d3 and he will play some other move like rook to e3 like this move, but there is an important move here for white, that is e6. If you take this, then he will take this. You king f8 and he will take this, right? So if you think he take this, no, knight takes h7 is a checkmate. So he cannot go to king f8, so he goes king h8 and you will play the move f takes e8, queen rook e8. So it's a simple win for white because of this one pawn advantage, right? So here After bishop takes g5, knight takes g5, f6 was played. So here white play the move knight f7, which is a great move because he has an idea to support this pawn and to play knight to d6 in the future, because suddenly you cannot play it because of rook d6, e d6 and rook e1, right? So you will lose the knight. So there are so many ideas behind this knight f7. Rook d2, he is thinking to attack this second rank pawns. e6 was played just to support this f7 knight, right? So h5, rook e4, knight a2, rook c6, rook d5 and rook a6. It's a simple pawn to chop, right? So knight to b4 will be played, and you can play the move like rook takes b4, so it's a blunder, so we cannot play knight b4. So here knight c1 is played to go to b3 and c5, right? So this idea are to d3 and c5. So this is the two route for the knight. Rook d6 for a rook trade, rook c5, rook d7, knight b3, knight d6 attacks this e8 rook, right? So here black play the move rook c1, king h2, knight d2. So in this position there is a brilliant move is occurring. So can you guess it? Yeah, it's g4. The reason behind this brilliant move is, if you take this, then I will take with this, because of it can lead to a checkmate. So you cannot stop this, right? So if you think you can give a check, I simply go to king g3. Can play knight g5, I just take this, right? So I can play like moves like h4, but this rook g1 is simply trade this rook, right? So rook takes g5 will be played, f takes g5, then I will play the move knight takes e8. So it's a simple win for white. So after g4, black play the move knight takes e4 and white play the move knight takes e8. Rook e1 was played, e7, f5, g5, knight takes g5, and here white play the another brilliant move, which is knight takes g7, which is a brilliant move, because if you take this knight, then I will give a check with a queen promotion. So you cannot take that. And if you cannot take that and play knight king to f7, then I will take this queen, right, at the same time, because it's a double check for this king. So if you play some other move like king h7, I just take this queen. So you need to give your rook, right? So it's simply winning for white. So this is a simple position where white can only win the game. So it is the favorite opening of Magnus Carlsen. So if you like this video, subscribe to Checkmate City for more videos.